The
This
Pole
guy
Man.
has literally visited every country in the entire world,
What?
including the North
Is that possible?
and the South Poles, and all the poles in between. Travel expert Lee Abbamonte, he has left a career on Wall Street, good, to circle the globe and connect with interesting people in some of the world's greatest destinations. I mean, you had to fund it somehow.
Oh my gosh, Lee, you're killing it. How are you?
I am fantastic, and it's good to see you. Are you okay with this MTV2 thing? I mean, I thought you were going to lose it there for a second.
TLC used to be the learning channel. Now they have Honey Boo Boo. What's happening?
Yeah.
Freaking Honey Boo Boo.
Tell us about your favorite music from the 80s before we talk about all the places you've been.
Well, I mean, I grew up in the 80s. I mean, I was more of a hard rock guy, like Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue, Poison. I mean, that was kind of my jam. And if I had to choose like a real 80s song, it would either be like the Thompson Twins or like Rick Astley.
Yes!
Rick Astley is like, he is in a massive resurgence right now. Oh man,
you gotta look on YouTube and look him up. Like the visual has to go
I
on.
mean, those videos are just timeless. If you look back on it, you're like, that was really once cool. It's just so embarrassing to watch. Yeah.
See, you'd be wearing like shoulder pads and you'd have like longer hair.
I was never wearing shoulder pads, however. Some people did, yes.
There's still time.
So you're here.
I am.
Where have you come from?
Yeah.
I was in Switzerland like 2 days ago.
Of course.
One of my best friends moved to Zurich, so we went out there, did some bungee jumping and canyon swinging, and then I was home in New York for a couple days, and now I am here in lovely Las Vegas at Caesar's Palace, actually a Nobu Hotel in Caesar's Palace, which is awesome, by the way. I don't know if you guys have been there. Really cool. So happy to be in the desert. Got a little suntan yesterday, or burn, either way. But, you know, I love being here in the desert.
It is hot, and you're going to Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club on Saturday
Tomorrow night, I'm going to Jimmy Kimmel's Comedy Club to see Tom Arnold, who I just met in the green room, and what an awesome guy. And you know, True Lies was like this awesome movie. It was 25 years ago. Holy cow!
Yeah, I know.
Couldn't believe it.
Don't you feel incredibly old? Yeah, it's just
yeah, a little bit.
It's freaking us out.
Yeah, and of course, his scene in Austin Powers, like in the bathroom, was pretty much awesome too.
Look it up if you haven't seen it. So here's the thing. I've already asked you for advice when you came in here because you're one of these people who just lives a fascinating life. So I know people always want to know, like, how do you do this, and what should I keep in mind when I book a trip? And you do have a few tips for people that you think are super practical if they're planning travel.
Yeah, I mean, number one, know where you want to go, or at least like be flexible. I always say be flexible. Like, and if you're planning an itinerary, you know, plan where you want to go, but then leave time for things that come out. Because like sometimes when you get there, you've either liked something more than you thought you would, or you didn't like something like you thought you would, or somebody tells you something to do on the ground. So give yourself some flexibility to have the time to do different things and to leave early or whatever, and you know, get refundable fares or buy like discount airlines if you're in Europe, things like that.
I like this. So be a little spontaneous. Don't be so rigid.
I mean, it's travel. It's supposed to be fun.
Don't buy those European, like, you know, one country to another flights until you're there, because they charge them cheaper there versus charging the Americans. They'll charge us a little more.
They do, and then they also have like different things where, you know, with these discount airlines, they'll give you like $10 fares, but then they charge you all these like little things like luggage.
Oh, you wanted oxygen.
You want to use the bathroom on a plane? What?
Hey, we have some great pics. Have we been showing them? I've been so caught up in listening to Lee.
Yeah.
But there we go. So you're one of the polls here. I take it?
I have a playlist called I Go to Poles, as Sean said. But yeah, that's actually the South Pole.
It's a shame you wore that hat.
I was going to wear it this morning, but I thought JJ would yell at me, so I did. Yeah, that's Aruba right there, feeding some flamingos. It's become this huge tourist thing down there. It's really, really cool.
Aruba, you said?
Yeah, Aruba, yeah.
Beautiful. Aruba. It's amazing they're real animals because we see them as statues all the time, but
when you see them in person, first of all, you're like, are you real? Are you really here? You know, so seeing them in person is super cool, and you can actually feed them down there, which is pretty neat.
Aruba is an amazing
beautiful
country.
place. Yeah,
it really is.
Beautiful.
What is your native time zone? Honestly, you've been to Switzerland, New York, and Vegas. I know if I go to California for a day and back, I'm wrecked for a week. What do you like when people get dizzy? They try to train their eyes on one thing so they don't go nuts.
Well, I'm on East Coast time. I'm a New Yorker, so East Coast time. But I always say I live in a perpetual state of constant jet lag. So I sometimes I wake up in the morning. I'm like, wait, where the heck am I right now? But you know, I'm good with setting alarms. I have one of these phones with the world clock, and I have alarms for like different cities. And
This is my favorite photo you sent us. This
that's
is
my
in
James
Dubai?
Bond photo. That is at the top of the Burj Al Arab, the famous hotel with the helicopter pad. And that was me pretending to be fancy at this big event in Dubai. Yeah.
You jumped off the building right after that.
I
picture,
did.
didn't
I
you?
actually have a backpack, a parachute. You couldn't see there.
You've been to London recently too. You went to Wimbledon?
I was at Wimbledon, and I was at the Yankees-Red Sox series
I
in London.
almost went for that. I was up at 2 a.m. to buy the tickets, and Ticketmaster, all due respect, they just had that circly thing for like 30 minutes, and I canceled my flight, and I canceled on my toe, and thank goodness, because the Yankees spanked us 2 days in a row.
Spanked is a good word, and it was the first day was the hottest day in the history of London.
Yeah.
Like the history, it was so
How
hot.
warm was it?
It was like 102 degrees, but
Oh,
like
no, they
The
don't
heat
know
was
what
coming
to
from
do
the
with that.
bats of the
people were
Yankees.
going nuts.
That's like Las Vegas weather.
It's like if it rains or snows in like Las Vegas, people lose their mind.
Yeah,
That's how it
that's
was
what
in
it was like.
London there, and but it was so good. Major League Baseball did an amazing job. It was really good. And
They're
then
going to do it again.
yeah. Next year it's the Cubs and Cardinals, and if you ever get a chance to go to Wimbledon, if you're a sports fan, I don't even care if you like tennis. What an event! I mean, it's just phenomenal.
It's amazing. Lee, it's great having you as always.
Sean, JJ, thank
Love
you.
having
Another
you in
stop
studio.
on the itinerary. He's a trip. Listen,
Isn't he?
Check out the segment again, LasVegasMorningBlend.com. You could also follow him on Instagram, Lee Abbamonte. He is traveling all over the globe. Be so jealous of him. LeeAbbamonte.com is where you want to go. You can also follow him on the Instagram and on the Twitter, Lee Abbamonte.
He
Do it.
loves Guns N' Roses.